beautiful people. Welcome to another unplanned reading. So I was actually going to take a few days off. That was my plan after the last couple of messages. So they were quite heavy and I really just felt this desire to just kind of have them sit for a while. I really did. I just wanted them to sit for a while. But something happened this morning. So I have to go with it yet. It's the dragonfly spirit I talk about. Sometimes you just gotta be willing to change direction. Yeah. Change your mind quickly if new information comes in. Sorry, just got distracted by whatever that was. Yes, that actually reminds me, maybe that's why that happened. On the day that I did a reading recently about bugs, I was talking about how Jesus said to spray the bugs. Not that day, sorry, but the next day, something came up actually on my channel and it said your channel, any edits that you've done may be affected by bugs. So I thought that was quite funny actually. It didn't bug me, it just made me laugh. But yes, thank you for reminding me of that. So back to what I was saying, this morning I found something on Quora and it was just sort of in my email. I was going through my emails and it came up and the title caught my attention. So I had a little read of it. Now somebody, a very, very sort of, mystical spiritual person wrote that apparently he didn't say apparently, I'm saying apparently. He said, quote in verbatim, 9 out of 10 people who open their third eye will either die or spend the rest of their life in fear. Yes. Okay, so, no, sorry, he said, who attempt to. So 9 out of 10 people who attempt to open their third eye will either die or spend the rest of their life in fear. And so that got so much of a reaction out of me that I kind of had to walk around with that for a while and think, what am I going to do with this? And then I sort of said, I always take it up to Yeshua though. It's never about me. Never about me. I said, Yeshua, I wish I should, I always want to try and flip the camera and show you this beautiful image I have of him up on the wall, but the lighting is terrible in that part of the house. That's why I don't do it. If I get the lighting fixed someday, maybe I'll show you. But in any event, I said, Yeshua, do you want me to talk about this? Because I feel like this is really important. It feels like a very, very important thing to talk about. And anyway, I'm pacing around the house, and then I spot this on the floor. I hope you can see this. Oh, wait, yeah. Do you see that eye? That is an eye. Yeah, or is it sideways? I don't know how it goes. Do we have eyelashes? No. Oh, okay, wait a minute. That's the eyebrow there. I hadn't even seen the eyebrow until now. I am unveiling the eyebrow for the first time. Yeah, there it is. Okay, saw that on the floor. For the life of me, I know all my kids' toys. I know all of them really well. And I do not know I cannot think of a toy this belongs to. It's like a sticker thing, but the stickiness is gone. But I don't know. But I can tell you, I've never seen an eye on the floor before. And certainly not after reading that. So that is Yeshua's way of saying, yes, I want you to do a reading. And then, my son's dad was like, can I take him to the park for a little bit? Because he's not going back to work for another few days. And so I was like, you know what? Perfect. I'll do a video. And it kind of worked out well because I'm dressed up nicely anyway because I'm going to be meeting somebody for lunch. So, anywho, everything is just aligning so that I can do this video. But there is one thing, and I do want to say this. I haven't had a chance to meditate on it. And as I said yesterday, with the really important things, I always like to go up to the Akashic records, right? That is where I meet Jesus. And, you may say, why do you need to do that? Well, because in order to, think of it as this. Okay, we are on the 3rd floor at the moment. So the Akashic records are on the 11th floor, okay? That is a huge dimensional jump. It takes a lot of energy to go there, a lot of energy. When you first start working with the Akashic records, you're exhausted a lot. It's a huge energetic jump, right? Huge shift for the body to acclimate to. And so, you know, I don't like doing it during the day. I really don't. I mean, I can get there much faster than I used to, definitely, but I don't like doing it during the day. I prefer doing it in the evening, if possible, because then once I finish, I just go straight to sleep, yeah? And I really do sleep like a baby afterwards. And yeah, people are always asking me questions about life, and I say, look, I'm not an oracle. I don't have all the answers. You know, certain things, if it's just common sense, yes. But, you know, for the important things, I will always go up to the Akashic Records. That's where I speak to Yeshua, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael as well. That's where I do my healings. That is where everything is documented. And it's a living thing, so it's always changing, yeah? Always changing. So it's not like when you go to a library and it's an old book. There's always new information coming in. Okay, so what was I going to say about that? So I haven't had a chance, that's what I was going to say. I haven't had a chance to take this up, yeah, to Yeshua on the Akashic plane. And I get much clearer messages there only because I ascend to a very different level there where I'm able to access more information that I can't down here. You know, down here I'm still very much grounded, right? Now, I can tell you what I feel is the answer. What I feel is the correct answer, but it's kind of like a little bit of an experiment I'm doing really, because I'm going to show you what I think is the answer. Then I'm going to, and I won't get a chance tonight because I do have something on tonight. It'll have to be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'm going to go to the Akashic Records and I'm going to ask Jesus, yeah, the answer to the same question about this third eye claim. And it will be really interesting to see the difference between what I think and what Jesus tells me, yeah? And quite often there will be overlaps, yes, but there might be something very significant that I'm missing. And I'll give you an example of that. So for example, in yesterday's message, which he has confirmed, Yeshua has confirmed is an extremely important message. And I said, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this love situation, but I kind of had to because the cards were all about that. Now, there are a lot of unions that God wants to take place, yeah? You know, now in the near future, and because the devil, and I don't really like talking about him, but I kind of have to because he's part of the situation. He is really, really working overtime to make sure that he sends counterfeits in the way so that these unions don't take place. In some cases, there are very, very significant children that need to be born. And, you know, for the couples where it's not about children, it's just about the energy of love that they are going to radiate together and what they're going to do for humanity together. The devil does not want that to take place. Okay, so that's why that message came out. I was actually informed, and this is interesting, I was informed by Yeshua that there are 8 feminines actually who are going to be greatly assisted by yesterday's message. Yeah, and that's really interesting because it did get a small amount of views, so it's not for too many at this point, but I noticed this morning there are 10 likes. Now, 2 of those likes are from, I told you that I have a couple of friends that I send my videos to just to kind of get the party started. But, you know, other than that, I don't like bugging my friends because they're all busy. They have their own lives, they've got kids, you know, etc. They work. So I won't say, here, can you watch this? Can you watch this? I feel bad doing that, okay? Because time is precious. And so that means that 2 of those likes were from my friends, which means that 8 of those likes were from people I don't know. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, because I found that this morning and Jesus told me this last night. So it's a very important message. And I think the video before that, 2 videos before that, I had a similar message, but for masculines. Yeah, so for masculines, please, you know, do not fall for these Jezebel spirits who are going to be sent or have already been sent your way. You know, presenting themselves as leave me alone, sorry. I get very easily distracted, so I don't like when I get messages come through when I'm in the middle of channeling. So what was I saying? Presenting themselves as, you know, your wish fulfillment. Please go away. Okay. We'll get there. So that actually was a very, very important message. And that actually does bring me to the third eye, interestingly, because my feeling about this, as I said, I'll have to go away and see what Yeshua has to say about this. But my feeling about this message is that is designed to instill fear. And I spoke about fear yesterday. And fear is not something, God does not use fear as a tool when he's trying to talk to you, right? I know yesterday's was all about Archangel Michael, but I was referring in that particular message to a message that somebody was receiving that allegedly was from Archangel Michael, and it was sent to terrify her. So that's why I spoke about Michael in yesterday's reading. But I'm saying in general, Michael, Yeshua, whoever God sends, Gabriel is a messenger as well. Whoever God sends to deliver a message to you, they're not going to deliver a message wanting to instill fear in you, okay? Imagine you told people, if you try to open your third eye, you might die. And if you don't die, you're going to spend the rest of your life terrified. That is the energy of fear. And so already, alarm bells should be going off. But then you need to ask yourself, okay, why would God not want you to use your intuition, right? Think about how many women, tell that to the woman, okay, who uses her human eyes and falls for a man because maybe he's handsome, maybe because he's rich, maybe because she thinks, with her human eyes, she sees that he, is of high value in society, maybe because her parents say he'd be a good choice, but she's not using her third eye, which is just intuition. That's all it is, which comes from God, yeah? So tell that to a woman who chooses a man and then ends up, in a situation of domestic violence, yeah? And then when, God, imagine she has kids with this man and then the kids become subjected to this, yeah? Tell that to a woman who maybe does actually have this a little bit open and chooses to ignore it, yeah? So the third eye and the solar plexus are quite connected, actually. They're both about intuition. Tell that to a woman who ignores her intuition, yeah? We are not meant to ignore our intuition. This is to protect us, okay? This is really important. This helps us see, and not just to protect us. I'm talking worst case scenarios where somebody, and it can happen to men too, a man will end up, with a narcissistic woman and receive all sorts of emotional abuse, because he's using these eyes. Maybe she looks like, what he likes a woman to look like, instead of using this eye, which is what sees through to people's soul, sees through to people's essence, yeah? We are meant to look, I always say it to you, we're meant to look at people through this eye. That will tell you what their value is. That will tell you who they really are, yeah? And what they're really worth. To think that God would want us to only see people through these eyes, I don't believe it. I'm calling bullshit, yeah? But I'm going to go away and chat to Yeshua. And so my next video will be about what he has to say, yeah? About the third eye and how dangerous it is. And moving on from that just quickly, we're getting another long reading again. Just quickly moving on from that, I've spoken to a few of you about my crown chakra experience recently. So I had my crown chakra kind of undergo massive upgrades a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. Now, I genuinely don't feel like the same person I was before that happened. And it was really, really disorientating and discombobulating. It was a bizarre experience having that happen to me. But I wouldn't change it for anything. I feel like the messages I'm receiving now, even when I go to the Akashic plane, so before I would still struggle sometimes to understand what they were trying to say to me. I'm not struggling to understand anymore. It feels like the clarity is just coming and it's crystal clear, and there's just this beautiful feeling I have that I can't put into words, so I'm not going to try to, but I'm not the same person I was before it happened. And what's interesting is when I do my crown chakra meditations now, and this never used to happen to me before, and I've been doing I've been working on all of my chakras for years. So it's not something that you can just choose. It's not, you can't choose it. It will be given to you when you're ready, when God says, okay. So what I feel now is I don't just feel it in the crown. I feel it in my feet. I feel this beautiful kind of warm, grounded feeling of like my feet are getting a hug, honestly. And it's like it feels like they're just so beautifully grounded to the earth in a very, very loving way. It's almost like this, and I don't want to say a bolt of lightning because that's a really aggressive form of electricity, just a very gentle current of electricity that's coming from above, from God, through my crown, please go away, through my crown and all the way through me, yes, through all the chakras, down to my feet, and then it spreads out, yeah, like roots into the earth. It is the most beautiful feeling. And now, of course, there is a danger with, people, and I spoke about hubris the other day, where people start to, become arrogant with their blessings or with knowledge, whatever it is. And so, I mean, that would be the only thing that I might say with the third eye, is just make sure that you stay humble. And I do. That's why I still, to this day, I still get on the floor every morning, get down on my knees all the way down in complete submission. Yeah. I don't believe for a second that there's any danger inherent in allowing yourself to connect to God as much as you can. And I genuinely believe that He will only show you what you're allowed to know anyway. He won't give you any more. That's just my take, but yeah, I could be wrong. Let's find out in a couple of days. All right, will I do a card read? I don't know. We're at 15 minutes. Oh, goodness gracious. I'll just try one. 1, 2, 3. Because I brought them and I've blessed them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Adjacent possibilities. Okay. Very quick message. Please go away. Okay. All right. Adjacent possibilities. Yes, there are people coming your way. Many people coming your way. And I want to say, open your third eye, because, and they even rhyme. Jesus once said to me, when it rhymes like that, it's because it's true. Adjacent possibilities could lead to hostilities. Yeah, people who are feminines, he might pretend to be your knight in shining armor. Nope. Don't buy it. I just want to say it again. Open your eye. I wish you all a great day, and please find time to pray.